and welcome everybody back to the 25th of August in the year 1871. It is late August here, and we've got a basically game number 2 of a two-parter. It's once again the Cleveland Forest Cities at the New York Mutuals. This was the last game we covered on this on this stream. This is now the second game in a row for New York, or for Cleveland at New York. Cleveland winning the last matchup just 3 days prior? Yes, on the 4 days prior, on the 21st of August, by a score of 5-4 in that one. So very closely a knit affair. I agree, Cello. But this one is big for both teams. Cleveland, coming into this one, currently sit at 13-7. They are a half game back of the American League leading Boston Red Stockings. So a win here will pull Cleveland to within joint lead of the American League. New York are 4 games back of the Rockford Forest Cities in the National League. A loss here would put them 4.5 back. A win would pull them to within 3.5. But again, it's only a 32-game season. For Cleveland, this is game 21 of those 32. And for New York, this is going to be game 25 of those 32. So New York season on the wind down. And shouldn't be a good one here tonight. We're going to start with your starting lineups, beginning with the Cleveland Forest Cities, the visiting Cleveland Forest Cities. Dave Egler will lead things off. He's got 12 RBIs at a .384 average. He's also 4 for 9 against the Vultures this season. Yeah, the 25th of August in 1871. That is the current date. Yes. Fred Cohn, left fielder, will be in the 2 spot. He's bat 179 with 6 runs batted in. He is 0 for 7 versus Vultures so far this season, though. Deacon White in the 3 spot, catcher batting 263 with 9 RBIs. He's batting 3 for 10 versus Vultures this season. U.S. Census result date, 38.5 million. What are we up to now? I think 450 million is what we're up to now. California wasn't even a state back in 1871. We didn't even expand into California. So that's how California was a state then. How many states were there in the Union in 1871? It couldn't have been 48. It couldn't have been 48. We had to only have had like 38 or 40 then. Al Spalding in the 4 spot. He's batting .310, 9 RBIs. He's 3 for 10 versus Vultures so far this season. Chick Fulmer, the shortstop, batting in the 5 spot. He has got 10 ribbies, 289 average. He is 3 for 8 versus Vultures this season. No, because New Mexico and Arizona were 19-12. Yeah, which is literally, 41 years after this league season. Denny Mack is in the 6th spot. First baseman batting 284. He's got 6 runs batted in, 1 for 7 versus Vultures this season. William Johnson is in the 7th spot. Second baseman batting 222, 9 RBIs so far this season. 1 for 6 so far this year versus Vultures. Tropical Storm Arthur makes landfall in the Gulf. 37 if the Traders states are counted. They would be, yes, because they would be back in the Union. Colorado became 38 in 1876. There you go. So 5 years into our save, Colorado will become an actual state. How about that? No cars back then. Everything done by train. Train and horse and buggy, if not by train. So John Glenn in the 8th spot. He's batting .353, 13 RBIs this season. He's 1 for 7 versus Vultures. And the coldest hitter in all of baseball, though he did have a hit in the last game, Francis Abercrombie will bat in the 9th spot. The third baseman is 071 with 5 RBIs. He is 1 for 8 versus Valters this season. We will come back to the pitching matchups in a moment. Let's go over the starting lineup for the hometown New York Mutuals. Mike McGarry will lead things off at the top of the order. He's batting .315 with 8 RBIs so far this season. He's 4 for 8 versus Spalding. You're a Mutuals. Steve Spider-Man meme. Steve Bellin batting second, the third baseman, batting .367. It was 17 RBIs for him so far this season. He's 1 for 8 versus Spalding. I'm going to hazard a guess and say California. Cal McVeigh bats third. Welcome in, Ian. He has got 1 home run, 17 runs batted in so far this season. He's 3 for 10 versus Spalding as well. Henry Burroughs is in the 4th spot, left fielder, batting .206, 9 ribbies, 1 for 9 versus Spalding this season. Riney Valters, the pitcher's in the 5 spot. He's batting .255. 13 RBIs so far this season. He's 2 for 9 versus Spalding. Art Allison is in the 6th spot. He's batting .292. He's got 9 runs batted in, 1 for 10 versus Spalding this season. Charlie Pavor's the big bat right now for New York in this matchup. He is batting .264 with 15 RBIs, but he's 6 for 10 versus Spalding. George Ewell is in the 8th spot. He is batting .124. He's got 5 RBIs. He is 2 for 8 versus Spalding. Pete Donnelly in the 9th spot, the shortstop, rounding things off. He's batting .278, 14 RBIs. He's 3 for 6 versus Spalding this season. On the mound for Cleveland will be Al Spalding. He is 12-7 in 20 starts with 1 no decision and a 3.57 ERA with a 1.41 whip. He is 2-0 versus New York with a 4.0 ERA in those 2 games. Riney Valters has been really the victim of some unfortunate fielding. He is 11-13 so far this season in 24 starts, which is a 2.40 ERA and a 1.20 whip. He is 0-2 versus Cleveland this season, but only a 1.59 ERA in those 2 matchups. It's a 2:05 first pitch start, partly cloudy, 68 degrees. For those of you that use Celsius, that's 20. And wind is blowing right to left at 12 miles an hour. We are ready for this one. Riney Valters on the mound. Dave Egler settling in. We are going to start with our first inning shout out, of course. Pat Wentz is one of the Philippines' best streamers. He streams Apex Legends, F1 Manager, Football Manager. Give him a follow if you haven't already. The great Pat Wentz sponsors our first inning here tonight. Dave Egler is in the batter's box. Riney Valters settles in from the Union Grounds in Brooklyn, New York. It's the 13-7 Cleveland Forest Cities. It's the 11-13 New York Mutuals. First pitch from Riney Valters underway, and it's taken for a called strike on the corner. It's 0-1. Double Y guy. What's good, man? Welcome in. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That is fouled off. 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Rounded up towards short. The throw on to first is in time, and Egler is retired. This is the one result I think everyone saw coming, right? Spain beating Saudi Arabia. That'll bring up Fred Cohn, left fielder. First pitch from Valters. It's taken high and away, 1-0. How you doing, Double Y guy? Here's the 1-0. It's grounded foul. 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that one I think is high. No, it's right at the letters. 1 and 2. Spain will want to come out hard after the draw versus Cape Verde. That's true. How about Curacao last night as well, by the way, getting their first ever World Cup point. Dick, they better build a statue of Dick Advocat, especially if they somehow manage to beat Côte d'Ivoire and who's the other damn team in that group? Ecuador failed to win. Goalkeeper was a robot. He did make some great saves. Great saves. Here's the 1-2. That's way inside, 2-2. Just a giant dick statue. No, I was thinking a more flaccid one, a more flaccid statue. Here's 2-2. Check swing. They asked third base. He did not go. 3-2 the count. Let me real quick put there we go. Oh, that's mixed up bot. I didn't mean it to happen. Oh, so not erected dick statue. God damn it, Sig. Here's the 3-2. Off the plate, ball 4, and Fred Cohn has walked. I did get past Zamalek and got into the Confederation of African Football group stages in the CAF Champions League. Cape revenue was shared 50-50, so thankfully we got teams with big stadiums in our group. Nice. Nice. Benny, Dan, what's good? Congrats, man. That's going to be a lot of good money for you. I hope your board isn't like mine at Quilmes. We're now sitting on $2.4 million in the bank at Quilmes, double Y guy. And what do you call it? We're sitting on 2.3 million, and the board did not let us spend $300K on a player. Granted, when I took over the club, they were 1.7 million in debt. Or my board at Farco, yeah. Hi, Dan. Right, that'll bring up Deacon White. How you doing, Dan? Here's the first pitch to Deacon White, and that's swung on and missed. 0-1. Fargo goes, here's $3 million to spend on players. Yeah. Oh, you spent it. We didn't mean you to. Really? Cut your budget. Oh, my God. Here's the 0-1. That's off the plate, 1-1. Here's the throw over to first. Oh, the runner. They got him. They got him. They pinked him off at first. He went on the throw. He started to run towards second. That's written as PO13. They got him. You're minus 40K in wage per week. Yeah, that's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. Here's the 1-1. That's off the plate, 2-1. I feel bad, Zig, for our former club, Gimpo, in the longest save because they took on a big bank. It's not even that big a bank loan. It's like 2.9 million, 2.8, 2.7, somewhere around there, right? And they're now I think they're like 700K or maybe $1 million in debt. And they're bottom of the K-League 2. They went down because of the debt. They're bottom of the K-League 2. And they're sitting literally play 29, 0 wins. And I'm like, oh. The owner and I are friends. He accepts most reasonable requests, more scouts. Ibar as an affiliate, me studying for a license. Once I wipe out whatever debt remains, he might even build Below average facilities, nice. I will say the board at Quilmes did let me get did let me study for my Continental Pro, which is actually, in all honesty, that's probably why we're struggling this season, because my manager is struggling is learning her Continental Pro. So that actually might be why. You know, because like training and everything is less effective while you're studying for a badge. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and missed. That's 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Lined into left, base hit. So I think it's a combination of the fact that she doesn't speak Spanish yet, and she's studying for a Continental Pro. Ow. I just stabbed myself with a fucking pencil. You should see my run for tonight's save. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let me see. Let's hear it. It's going to bring up Al Spalding, the pitcher. First pitch to Spalding, and that's taken for a ball. 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Off the plate. Or no, that's going to catch the corner. 1-1. Here's the 1-1. The throw over to first, and the runner's back in time. Sir Mika Cleopatra, Costa do Sol, Al Ahly, Wydad, Casablanca, and Pyramids. And are they all top half teams? Is that the run-in? Here's the 1-1. That one's going to catch. That one's going to sink into the zone. 1-2. The 1-2. Popped it up. Right behind second base. Shortstop's there. He's got it. And the side is retired. No runs on one hit, and they left that man on base. We go bottom first here in Brooklyn, New York, and there is no score. The ads are here in 9 minutes. We're going to take a full 3-minute ad break. We will be back with more in 3 minutes' time. Don't go anywhere. Wyatt, Pyramids, and Wyatt are teams capable of winning the CAFCL. Let's raise money and start a baseball club, IRL. Oh, good luck with that. And Al Ahly. How about we buy the Pirates and run them like we want to run a baseball team instead of just wanting to torture Pittsburgh? You won the CAF with them? Oh, wow. Ceramica are 4th. Costa are Mozambique champs. Al Ahly are Egypt record time champs. Wyatt are multi-time Moroccan champs. And Pyramid are Egyptian champs. Jesus Christ, that's a run-in. Yeah, it was a mistype. Yeah. You mean like how the Hall of Pretty Good is trying to buy them? Oh my God. I just seen the Japanese third goal from last night. What a clever fucking ball that was. Oh my God. Tunisia are bad. And after I have the Algerian champs. I wonder where I picked them in the group. Probably top like a dumbass because I don't know what I was smoking when I don't know what I was smoking when I did them, but you know. Let me see here. I have them second in the group. Yeah, nope. That's not. They're coming rock bottom. Rock bottom. They still have to play the Dutch. They're gonna get smoked. Japan is gonna be probably second in that group. And then the Netherlands will probably top that group now. Yeah, that was a dumbass fucking prediction from me. But then again, predictions don't mean anything. They're literally if you had any sort of ability to do predictions, man, fucking buy the lottery numbers or something. Yeah. There's a chance I get Group B right. There's a very good chance I get Group C right. Group D I fucked up. Group E I fucked up. Group F I fucked up. Group G is still all to play for because everybody's got a point. Group H I will probably get right. Group I have no clue if what's going to happen in Group I. That's still up in the air. Group J I could fuck up. Group K I might get right. Group L I fucked up already. Not much I knew. So, one of the reviews of this Morsiel, my God, he stuck his head so far up his own ass this time he's starting to wiggle the shoulders into. Oh my God. Sounds exactly like a Morrissey album. But that's accurate, right? Bottom first, it's Al Spalding on the mound. Mike McGarry is settled in. Here's the first pitch to McGarry. Inside, ball one. Here's the 1-0. And that's flied out into left. That will land foul, though. Did you guys see what Milk posted in the Discord, by the way? He said if I was sitting next to Infantini, or whatever the fuck his stupid-ass name is, Gianni, if Spain win by 9 or more, Saudi Arabia doesn't fucking host the World Cup anymore, right? Amazing that, for as corrupt as Sepp Blatter was and is, don't get me wrong, FIFA's managed to elect an equally as corrupt individual to lead them again. Baffles me. Here's the 1-1. Fouled off. One and two. The 1-2. Popped up. Flied out into center. Right there. Center fielder's there. He's got it one away. Here's the first pitch to Steve Bellin, who settles in. That's high, ball one. One down, nobody on. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed. That's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. That's 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's high, 2-2. A 2-2. Grounded to second. And that might be an infield single. I don't. It is going to. No, it's going to go down as an error. I thought that was hit hard enough. That should count as an infield single. Because that was smoked at the second baseman. But Johnson drops it. And it will be an E4. And so Bellin gets aboard. It'll be Cal McVeigh settling in now. 1 on, 1 out. First pitch to McVeigh. High and away. Ball one. It's going to be the exact same thing as Thursday's stream, by the way. We're going to do out of the park. Then we're going to do perfect team. Then we're going to do football manager. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fouled off, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Was that hit Smokian? Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed, 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Grounded foul down the first base side. Still 1-2. The 1-2. Fly down into right. Lands foul. Just foul. The one to throw over to first. Runners back in time. Here's the 1-2. That's grounded over to second. Throw one to first is in time. 2 down. They go for the play at first. Bellin will get to second base. He's in scoring position, but there are 2 outs. That'll bring up Henry Burroughs, the left fielder. First pitch to Burroughs, and that is inside and high, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. That one just catches the outside corner, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Right down broad. 1-2. The 1-2. Lined into right. Right fielder's going back there just shy of the track. He's got it. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits. They left 1 man on base. We go top second here in Brooklyn. And it's no score. It'll be the 5, 6, 7 spots due up. Chick Fulmer will be the first man up. But first, new inning means new sponsor. Ian Bigfoot is going to be getting back into streaming some point. Give him a follow if you haven't already. He is one of the nicest guys that I know on all of Twitch. And he's got one of the best beards on all of Twitch. Give him a follow if you haven't already. The great Ian Bigfoot will sponsor our second inning here tonight. Latte, goddammit. This is why we can't have nice things. Here's the first pitch to Chick Fulmer. That is popped up in right field. Will land foul. Here's the 0-1. That's high, 1-1. The 1-1. Chop foul, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. High, 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Grounded up the middle, onto short. It's a bad throw. It's an E6, an error on Donnelly, the shortstop. And oh my God, this was a smoking last night. Good Lord. Oh, that's such a cheeky goal from Ayase last night. Japan's fourth. Such a cheeky goal. Right. It's Denny Mack settling in. First pitch to Mack, 1 on, nobody out. That's off the, but just a bit outside. Tried the corner and missed it. There's the 1-0. That's inside, 2-0. Here's the 2-0. Fouled, 2-1. The 2-1. Lined into right, and that just hooked foul. The 2-2. High, ball 3. Full count to Mack. Here's the pitch. Popped it up. Second baseman's in. He makes the grab, and that's 1 down. Everybody wants a piece of the action. Good Lord. Right, here's William Johnson settling in. First pitch to Johnson. The throw over to second. The runner is caught stealing at second base. Cal McVeigh guns the runner down. And now there's 2 outs in the inning. Here's the 1-0 to Johnson. High, 2-0. Here's the 2-0. That's below the knees, 3-0. 3-0 to Johnson. Does he have the green light? He's taken all the way. That's right down broad, 3-1. The 3-1. Flied out into left. Left fielder's there. He's got it, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no men left on base. We go to the bottom of the second, no score. It'll be the 5, 6, 7 spots due up for New York. Riney Walters will be the first man up. We are going to take a 3-minute timeout. We'll be back with more in 3 minutes' time. All right, we are back. Welcome in, Raz. Thank you for popping in here, my man. You are going to acquire a poker chip, which means you are going up to 7 white poker chips and 2 blue poker chips. So here's your stack right here. 7 white and 2 blue is what you're up to now, sir. Thank you very much. And as always, have a safe flight home, man. Well, thank you very much. Right, we're back. It's the bottom second in Brooklyn, New York. Ronnie Walters settles in, the pitcher. First pitch to Walters, swung on and missed, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 to Walters. Swung on and missed again, 0-2. Here's the 0-2. That's lined right into right field, base hit. And Walters, that one goes all the way to the wall. This could be an extra bag. He's going for 3. The throw home to cut him off. Walters, they should have tried to get him at third. But Walters extends his double into a triple. And New York has got the leadoff man just 90 feet away. Here's, that's going to bring up Art Allison, center fielder. First pitch to Allison. Swung on and missed. That's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. That one's high and away, 1-0. Or 1-1, sorry. Here's the 1-1. That's lined into center field, base hit. And Art Allison has driven home the run with an RBI single. The Mutuals lead it 1-0. That'll bring up Charlie Pavor, 1-on, nobody out. First pitch to Pavor. Throw over to first, and Allison is back in time. First pitch. He's bunted that down the first base side. He might beat this out. The throw over to first. They did get him in time, but it's a sacrifice bunt. That was a close play. Allison will move to second base on the sack, and it's now a runner on second with 1 out. Here's George Ewell, first baseman. First pitch to Ewell. And that one's taken inside for a ball, 1-0. There's the 1-0. Fouled, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Off the plate, 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Check swing. They asked third base. Did he go? He did not go, says the third base umpire. 3-1. The 3-1. Fouled. 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. Popped it up. In the infield. Third baseman's coming in for it. He's got it. 2 down. That'll bring up Pete Donnelly. First pitch to Donnelly. Fouled it off. 0-1. Here's the 0-1. He's popped it up down the right field line. Is that going to land fair? Is it caught? It's going to be caught by the right fielder. And the side is retired. 1 run on 2 hits, and they left 1 man on base. We go to the top of the third here in Brooklyn. New York's jumped out to a 1-0 lead. It'll be the 8-9-1 spots due up for Cleveland. John Glenn is going to lead things off. But first, new inning means new sponsor. DM Stewart is an awesome speed-running retro game commentator who commentates things like the Final Fantasy randomizer for FF1 and the Worlds Collide randomizer for FF6. Often you'll see him testing seeds or doing Moogle Cup runs on his stream. Give him a follow if you haven't already. The great DM Stewart sponsors our third inning here today. John Glenn settling in. First pitch to him to start the third. And he's whiffed on that one. 0-1. Right. So Japan won last night 4-0. Let me delete the recording. Thank you. Let me go back here and put on this España Arabia Saudi game. Because fuck watching Fox Sports. I'm joining that game. I'm at an ad break, so I'm assuming it's halftime. Here is the 0-1 pitch. It is nice. The music, it is in fact halftime. The music isn't terrible, but the lyrics are peak self-indulgent, hypercritical, navel gazing. That's Morrissey in a nutshell. Here's the 0-1. He's fouled that off. It's 0-2. That's why I never really hugely got into the Smiths. The Smiths are okay, but they're definitely not anywhere close to the best band Britain's produced. So, but then again, I feel like there's a lot of bands that Britain's produced that are extremely overrated by Brits, and I mean that by no offense. But Smiths, never mind the Buzzcocks, Public Image Limited, these are not bands that I enjoy in any capacity. Yeah, I know. Morrissey's a scumbag. Here's the 0-2. It's also another reason why I don't really listen to the Smiths anymore. Once I found that out. The Rolling Stones, I wouldn't say the Rolling Stones are overrated. I rate the Rolling Stones quite fondly. Here's the 0-2. It's lined into left, base hit. And John Glenn, the leadoff man, is aboard. So, the Stones are very good. Not as good as they get credit for being, but still very good. I agree. There's loads of British bands I like better than the Stones. Oasis, Led Zeppelin, just to name 2 of them. Kasabian even. But, the Stones are, Beast of Burden, Gimme Shelter. What's the song? Why am I forgetting the title? The song with Devil in its name. Well, I'm going to kick myself for not remembering. I'm having a brain fart. It's a long song. It's like a 7-minute song. It's got Devil in its name. Devil in the title. I can't remember. Sympathy for the Devil. Thank you. Great track. Right. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're overrated. Here's the first pitch, and that's taken high for a ball. 1-0. I feel like the Beatles a little bit might fall into that category, but I also feel like that's just being a victim of being so popular. Like when you're that big a band, right? You're going to produce, at some point in your catalog, you're going to produce music that kind of sucks. And I feel like the Beatles have a little bit of that in them. I feel like Standing on the Shoulders of Giants by Oasis is a really good album to point out. Like music that Oasis made that's not particularly very good. There are some great tracks on that album, but like when you compare What's the Story, Morning Glory, and Definitely Maybe, and even like Dig Out Your Soul to Standing on the Shoulders of Giants, it just doesn't really add up. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like the Beatles suffer from that same problem, you know? Like, I love Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I love Hey Jude. I'm not a fan of Yellow Submarine. You know, I think Yellow Submarine's just a boring track. Lost the fucking cup because my guy made a killer defensive tackle while they were on the counter and the ball went right into the path of a secondary attacker. Also, my goalkeepers were injured, so my distant third choice had to play. Brutal. We know all about injuries in the longest save. I had 6 starters out due to injury. Right, here's the 1-0. That's bunted down towards the mound. The throw over to first is a bad throw. It's a bad throw. Walters gets credited with the error. I'm off, headed to Duncan and then movies with my daughter. Enjoy the movies, Ian. Have a good one, man. Thank you for swinging by today. Oh, and I was 1-0 up in the 82nd minute. Of course. Of course. It's going to bring up Dave Egler in the top of the order. 2-1, nobody out. Way outside, 1-0. There's the 1-0. Check swing. They ask first base. It's going to be called a strike anyway by the home base umpire. Happy Father's Day, chat. Happy Father's Day, Ian. Enjoy time with your daughter, man. Here's the 1-1. That is lined into left. Is it drifting foul? It is. It will land foul. Here's the 1-2. Inside, 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Grounded over to short. The throw on to first is a bad throw. A very bad throw. It's over the head of the first baseman. It's an E6, and Egler goes to second on the E6. It means going to third on the error is Abercrombie. John Glenn will score. This game is tied. At least this was the cup competition I've already won. I swear I'm going to be in Japan forever. Even if I manage to win this league, I still haven't won J2 or J3. Brutality. Brutality. That's why I was glad. Like, I wanted to do another parallel division when we left Syrianska. But at the same time, I was like, I am so glad to just be out of Sweden right now. Like, Sweden has definitely been the worst league so far I've managed in. And the 4th division's fine. The 4th division in Sweden is perfectly okay. I don't actually mind that division. It's the fucking 3rd tier that's brutal. That I can't. That I could not stand that tier. I can't remember what I gave it on the sheet. I gave it a letter grade on the sheet, but I think it's like either a C- or a D+. It's not a fun league. Right. Runners on second and third. Still nobody out. Waits for Benny to get to the French Sport Division. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Oh, I already know. Oh, I already know. I feel like the third tier is going to be worse there too, though. I feel like the fourth tier won't be too bad, but I feel like the third tier is going to be a nightmare in France. And I think it's going to be the same in Spain as well. So. I don't know who 15 on Spain is, but he needs to get the fuck up. And stay on his fucking feet. Championnat National is at least not parallel division. Is Championnat National the third tier? Right. Here's Fred Cohn. Settling in. Yes. Okay. Are there 5 tiers in the game in the FM then? Here's the first pitch. That's inside, ball 1. The only reason I stuck with this particular team after we got promoted in second place, yeah, but is there 5 tiers in FM is the question. I don't think there are in France. The only reason I stuck with this particular team after we got promoted in second place and I failed to win League 2 was because we had won the cup. I was going to be playing in the Asian Champions League. That makes sense. It is, wow. The brutality continues for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Cucurella has scored 4-0 Spain. Here's the 1-0. Or the 0-1, sorry. That is fouled. It's 0-2. They left him completely unmarked on the back post. He didn't even hit it well. He hit it right at the keeper. It just bounced. That's so unfortunate. The keeper made the save off his knee, and then it bounced off his teammate into the net. Like, the keeper actually did his part on Cucurella's shot. His teammate's just a dickhead. Thank you for the alert, control-based delete. That's going to go down as an own goal. That has to be classified as an own goal. Yeah, it is. Because Cucurella's shot was saved. I literally left every other team that I got promoted from lower leagues because I never got the budgets I would need to be successful. Yeah. The reason I say the keeper's teammate was a dickhead too is because, like, literally Cucurella was that teammate's assignment. And he left him unmarked and then stood in a position like 2 yards from goal so that the shot came back off of him into the net. Like, come on, man. Just mark your guy. Just you know what I mean? That's your assignment. Here's the 0-2. Lined right at, that is foul down the first base side. Here's the 0-2. Fouled into the backstop. Still 0-2. Here's the 0-2. That's popped up in the infield. Third baseman's there. He's got it. 1 away. It's actually popped up in foul territory, but he's got it either way. 1 down. Here's the first pitch to Deacon White. It's going to get by the catcher. The throw home is not in time. And it's a wild pitch. Egler goes to third on the wild pitch. Francis Abercrombie scores. 2-1 Cleveland. Here's the 1-0. I thought that would have been a strike, but it's called a ball. 2-0. Here's the 2-0. Grounded over to first, and it's another error. Scoring on the error is Dave Egler. Deacon White gets to first on the E3. That is first baseman George Ewell being credited with the error. It's the third error for New York in this game. And that has made it 3-1 Cleveland. That'll bring up Al Spalding. He popped up to the shortstop his last at bat. Here's the first pitch. High, ball one. Here's the 1-0. Runner goes to second. Throw to second. Not in time. And Deacon White has stolen second base. Here's the 1-1. That's high, 2-1. No, that's called a strike. 1-2. The 1-2. Chop fouled, still 1-2. The 1-2. Fouled off down the third base side. It is still 1-2. The 1-2. He's popped that up. Shallow center. Second baseman's gone into center field to get it. That's 2 down. That brings up Chick Fulmer, the shortstop. He reached via an error his last at bat. First pitch to Fulmer. And that is right down broad, 0-1. Tell me that's on. Yeah. Don't play me, game. My comment on one of the songs. I've had my face dragged in 50 miles of salt. If only that were true. Here's the 0-1. That's high, 1-1. I know an old coworker of mine was a big fan of the Smiths. He loved the Smiths. But he said, like, Morrissey's solo work is garbage. He's always said Morrissey is just an asshole and his solo work is garbage. And he said, but the Smiths were great, and that's what he loved. Here's the 1-1. That's high, 2-1. I'm sure Morrissey dragged his face through 50 miles of salt as well, but probably not actually salt, if you know what I mean. It's looking like the Smiths are good despite Morrissey rather than because of him. Yes, I agree. Here's the 2-1. Check swing. They asked first base. He did not go. 3-1 now. And the 3-1 pitch is fouled off into the backstop. It's 3-2. This is going to finish like 6 or 7-0 the way Spain's playing. This is going to finish like 6 or 7-0. Here's the 3-2. Fouled off. Stays alive. Still 3-2. That's lined right back at the pitcher. He's got it, and the side is retired. 3 runs on just 1 hit, and they leave 1 man on base. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 3-1 Cleveland. It'll be the top of the order, 2 up first. Mike McGeary will be the first man up. We're going to take ourselves a 3-minute ad break. We'll be back with more in 3 minutes' time. You know, maybe that's why the Smiths broke up, because Morrissey's just such a fucking dirtbag. You can only speculate, right? Right. Bottom third in Brooklyn. It's 3-1 Cleveland right now. Top of the order for the Mutuals. Here's the first pitch to Mike McGarry as we're setting to lead things off. And that one's popped up right at the shortstop. He's got it. That is an easy one pitch, one out to start this bottom third. Both pitchers responsible for one earned run so far today. Here's Steve Bellin selling, and he reached via an error his first at bat. First pitch to Bellin. And it's going to just catch the outside corner. Strike one. Here's the 0-1. And it's lined into right. Is that going to stay fair? No. And it's 0-2. Meant to get, hold on. What's that say? Oh. Okay. Right. There's the 0-2 pitch. Grounded over to first. It's a error on the first baseman. Denny Mack with the error, his 10th of the season. And Bellin gets aboard with one out. It's going to bring up Cal McVeigh. The catcher, he grounded out last at bat. Runner on first, one out. First pitch to McVeigh. And that one is right down broad, I believe. Yeah, it just sinks in at the knees. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Grounded back to the mound. The throw over to first. Not in time. McVeigh beats the throw. Bellin gets to second. First and second with one out. That brings up Henry Burroughs. He flat out to right his first at bat. First pitch to Burroughs. Right down broad, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. He's bunted that down the first base side. First baseman comes in. The throw over to first. They got him. 2 down. Moving to second is McVeigh. Going to third is Bellin, but there's 2 outs. Ducky, welcome back, man. I'm all right, man. How are you? Happy Father's Day to you, Ducky. Here's Ronnie Volters. He had a triple his first at bat. 2-1, 2 out. First pitch to Volters. And that is going to go off the plate. Coming in from third and scoring is Bellin. McVeigh goes to third. It's a passed ball. So Deacon White's supposed to stop it. He let it go by. 3-2 now. A base hit ties this game. Ronnie Volters at the 1-0. And that's lined into right. Is that going to sink? It's going to be right at the right fielder, though. And the side is retired. Cheers. My dad seemed to appreciate his gift from me. My dad liked the gift that my mom and I jointly got him as well. 1 run on 1 hit, and they leave 1 man on base. We go to the top of the 4th here in Brooklyn, New York. It is 3-2 Cleveland. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 spots due up. Denny Mack will lead things off. I'm all right. How about yourself? I'm still a little upset I made a boo-boo yesterday, and the person I apologize to has not got back to me yet, and I hope they do. But I'm okay. Overall, I'm okay. It took me a while to get going today because my body's just been beat up. I said this, it has felt like my vacation has not been a vacation. Like, my time off has not felt like time off because I'm doing so many different fucking things. Like, I've got the yard work, then I got to worry about the car, then I got my friend that wants to meet me, and I'm like, yo, I'm not going to have a car. Like, we're going to have to be on foot. And she's like, I still want to meet. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But she wanted to go to Philly. I have no interest in going to Philly while the World Cup's going on there. The train tickets in general are going to be fucking mega expensive to get to Philly because of the World Cup. So, I don't have any, so it's just and then Wednesday we got the World Cup thing, which is really cool, and I'm looking forward to that. But, I'm trying to plan. I'm doing too much. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to stay on top of too much. And I need to get some of the shit off my back. You know what I mean? I still have to ship my friends gifts. I told them I would ship them on Tuesday, but I can't take the car to the post office because the car, the inspection's expired. That reminds me, I gotta call the insurance after this game is done and pay the insurance. That reminds me. What the fuck is my pen? Did it fall? It did. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm trying to stay on top of too much, man. Okay. What does exclamation point E mean? Every time there's an error in the game, I put it in chat and we count the number of errors. E stands for error. When there's an error, whenever there's an error in a baseball game, that's how it's scored. So, if you look at a baseball score, we had a play where a routine ground ball was hit to the first baseman, and he went to pick it up and he fumbled it. And because he fumbled it, the runner got to first safely. Well, it's not credited as a hit. It's credited as an error. So when you score it, the first baseman's number is always 3. So you write E3, and it designates that the first baseman made an error on this play, and that allowed the runner to safely reach base. So exclamation point E is just literally the number of errors we've had in our season so far. I also have ones for exclamation point K for batters that swing and miss and strike out, and exclamation point strikeout for batters that strike out looking. Right. It is, who's up first here? Denny Mack, the first baseman. Cheers for the explanation, yeah. K is the scoring designation for a strikeout. If you write a standard K, which for you would be like this, it means the batter struck out looking. If you write a backwards K, which means like this, if you write a standard K like this, it means the batter struck out swinging. If you write a backwards K like this, it means the batter struck out looking. Struck out looking means like literally the ball was a strike, called a strike, but he didn't swing the bat. It's called strikeout looking. And yeah, there's all these different like little tiny designations on the scorecard that tell you information about how the play develops. So like in the first inning, Fred Cone walked. He got a base on balls. He took 4 balls. So I circled BB for base on balls. And then you write a line from home plate to first base to show that he advanced to first base. But then he tried to, but then he was like he was cheating and he was like taking too big of a lead off the bag. And the pitcher threw it on to first and they got him, they picked him off. So you write PO13, which is pick off pitcher to the first baseman. And then that's how you record the out. And it's all different kinds of designations in baseball like that. L for lineouts, P for pop-ups, F for flyouts, E for errors, R for runs, SB for stolen bases, CS for caught stealing, WP for wild pitch, PB for pass ball. Yeah, there's all sorts of things. There's sack, meaning if you sacrifice your out to advance the runners. You've seen that a lot of times here when batters like put the bunt down, they put their bat out like this, and they just bunt it down, and they get thrown out at first. And the whole purpose is to advance the runner that's on first or second up a bag. It's called a sacrifice bunt. You write it SAC for sack. And then RBIs are RBIs. I mean, so, but yeah, there's all sorts of different designations on a baseball scorecard. Reminds me of when I tried to learn shorthand, I couldn't hack it, let's just say. So my dad used to write shorthand, and he had to actually stop because we never could figure out what it was and what it meant. Like my mom never wrote shorthand, I never wrote shorthand. So he would give me a letter or a message or something, and it's in shorthand, and I'm like, what the fuck does this say? And he's like, it's shorthand. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. Right. Danny Mac settling in. First pitch to him from Riney Walters to start the 4th. And he's taking that off the plate inside, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Lined into right, but foul. 1-1. Sounds good. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Lined up the middle. Second baseman on to first. It's a bad throw. It's a very bad throw. The throw is over the head of Ewell, so it's an error on McGeary, E4. And Mac advances 2 bases on that. So run on second, nobody out. Here's William Johnson. He flied out to left his last at bat. First pitch. Lined into right. Way back there. It's off the one hop off the base of the wall. The throw coming in. Johnson's booking towards third. The throw to third. Did he get there? Not in time. He's safe at third base. Scoring on the play is Denny Mack. It's an RBI triple, 4-2 Cleveland. Brings up John Glenn. He singled his first at bat. First pitch to Glenn. Grounded over to short. And it's another error. Who was that? Donnelly, the shortstop. That's his second error of the night. Scoring is William Johnson, 5-2 Cleveland. Real quick, I only have 5 errors recorded for New York, not 6. So, who has the other error? I just probably missed recording it. McGeary, Valters, Ewell, Donnelly has 3. I did record it. I just didn't actually write it in the score box. 3. Right. Right. There we go. First pitch incoming. Runner on first. Nobody out. This is Francis Abercrombie. He reached via an error his last at bat. He bunts that down to the mound. Throw over to first. It's a bad throw. Oh my God, New York. It's an error on the pitcher, Riney Valters. It's his 14th of the season, his 2nd of the night. It's New York's 7th of the game. We're not even through the 4th inning. Ducky's going to come back and be like, what the fuck happened? Glenn goes to second. And we go back to the top of the order and Dave Egler, who's 0 for 2. Quality baseball, that, yeah, right? Hey, watching New York lose every time is quality baseball. Here's the first pitch to Egler, and that is, I believe, that is just going to catch the outside corner, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Lined into left. Is that going to stay fair? Yes. No, it does not. No, it does not. 0-2. Here's the pitch. That's high. 1-2. This is how it was back in 1871, though. Lots of errors. 1-2 pitch. Oh, I don't think that missed by much. 2-2 the count. Here's the 2-2. Grounded over to short. The throw to second, they get the lead runner. Or they get one of the runners. Not necessarily the lead runner, but they do get the runner going to second. So fielder's choice 6-4 for Dave Egler. They will throw Abercrombie out at third. They will throw Abercrombie out at second. Glenn goes to third. And that's the first out of the inning. Here's Fred Cohn. He's 0 for 1 so far today with a walk. First pitch, fouled off, 0-1. I was just gonna, what I say. I said you were gonna come back like, what the fuck happened? So Denny Mack reached me an error, but it was such a bad error he went to second. William Johnson had an RBI triple that brought Mack home, made it 4-2. John Glenn reached me an error on the shortstop. It's the shortstop's third error of the game. And Johnson scored on the error. Francis Abercrombie then reached on an error via the pitcher, which is the pitcher's second error of the game. And then Dave Egler grounded into a fielder's choice. So they threw Abercrombie out going to second. Glenn got to third. Egler's on first. New York has 7 errors in this game, and we're not through the 4th inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Cohn. Check swing. That's going to get by the catcher. Coming in the score is going to be John Glenn. And that goes down as a passed ball. Egler gets to second, 6-2 Cleveland. Here's the 0-2 to Fred Cohn, and he's taking that. Well, I don't Nowhere that missed. Even on the tracker, that looks like it should have been a strike. 1 and 2. Album review is up. I can't wait to see you slam Morrissey. Here's the 1-2. That is high. 2 and 2. Here's the 2-2. Below the knees. 3 and 2. The 3-2. Inside ball 4. And Cone has drawn his second walk of the afternoon. That brings up Deacon White. He is 1 for 2 so far today. First pitch to White, and he's taking that for a call strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. That's off the plate outside, 1-1. It's not the worst rating I'd given an album. Yeah, Noise Rock exists. Noise Rock and Lorde exist. Noise Rock gets better ratings than this. Wolf. Wolf. Here's the 1-1. Off the plate inside, 2-1. I got an album this week, 14 songs, 15 minutes long. Oh, God. Here's the 2-1. Lined into right center field, base hit. That one's going to go to the wall. One hop in the warning track off the wall. The throw comes in. It's an RBI. It's a no, is it 2? No, it's an RBI double. As Egler scores from second, going to third is Cone. 7-2 Cleveland. That brings up Al Spalding. First pitch to Spalding. And that one's called a strike. It's 0-1. The album, oh shit, hold on. Off the plate, 1-1. The album is called Group Sex by the Circle Jerks. Great. Here's the 1-1. That's high, 2-1. I have to do the album tomorrow. It's in your bottom 10. I have to do the album tomorrow. Tacos. Viva with the 10-stream watch streak. Let me find your stack, Viva. Where are you, my man? You're literally the last one. So, you are going up to 2 white chips, sir. Thank you for the 10-stream watch streak, Viva. I appreciate you, man. There you go. You're up to 2 white chips. Right. It's the top 4th, right? We're still in the top 4th. It's 2-1 count. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Lined into left center field. That's another base hit. That one's going to go all the way to the wall. This could be a triple here. No, it's a double. RBI double. A 2 RBI double. Right? No. Yeah, no, it's a 2 RBI double. 2 RBI double for Al Spalding. Scoring from second is Deacon White. Scoring from third is Fred Cone. 9-2 New York. Riney's still on the mound. And that's going to bring up Chick Fulmer. He is 0 for 2 so far today. First pitch to Fulmer. And that one is taken for a called strike. It's 0-1. Give me a second because Mossman's just gone offline. Right. Here's the 0-1 pitch. We're here for a good time, not a long time. Oh, we might be here for that's going to be an infield single. Chick Fulmer with an infield single. Riney Walters still on the mound. Going to third is Al Spalding, and we have batted around the order here in the fourth. Denny Mack settles in. He's led things off with an error. And E4 is how this inning started. And we're back at where we began. Here's the first pitch to Mack. Grounded back up the middle. Throw on to first is in time. It's an RBI ground out for Denny Mack as Spalding scores. Going to second will be Fulmer. So it's an RBI 4-3. And that brings up, that's 2 down now. 10-2 Cleveland. That brings up William Johnson. He had an RBI triple his last at bat. He's 1 for 2 today. First pitch to Johnson. And he's taking that for a strike right on the corner, 0-1. Walters only, what was it, like 1.4 ERA in his 2 games previously versus versus Cleveland. You can throw that out the window now. Throw over to second, and the runner is back in time. Here's the 0-1. Popped it up in the infield. First baseman's there. He's got it, and the side is retired. Cleveland explode for 7 runs off the back of just four hits. And they leave 1 man on base. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 10-2 Cleveland. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 spots due up for New York. Art Allison will get things let off. We are going to take a 3-minute ad break. We'll be back with more in 3 minutes' time. Right, welcome back. Bottom fourth, Art Allison leading things off after a nightmare top of the fourth for New York. They trail by 8 now. 5-0 Spain, by the way. Root! What's good, man? Good to see you, man. You know the drill here. Oh, I think he might be on. No, I think he's on, actually. Ooh, I don't know. That could be off. I'm good, mate. How are you? I'm doing good, man. You know the drill, by the way, for the baseball. We give shout-outs at the top of the inning, so I got you in line, man. You'll definitely get your flowers on today's stream. No worries about that. How are you? How are you doing, man? This still could be offsides, by the way. Right. Here's, yeah, been a lovely day with the kids. Nice. Happy Father's Day to you, Root. Happy Father's Day to you. Right. Here's the first pitch to Art Allison. And he has popped that straight up. Right at the shortstop. He's got it. 1 away. That shows you the difference, right? 3 errors, was it, in the previous inning by New York? And we start with an out here in this one. Just like that, it'll bring up Charlie. Oh, I just X'd the wrong pitcher on the pitch count. It's going to bring up Charlie Pabor. He had a sacrifice bunt his last at bat. Here's the first pitch to Pabor. It's off the plate, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Grounded over to first. An error this time by Cleveland. Number 11 on the season for Denny Mack. His second of the afternoon. A long-ass fucking VAR check, man. He's either off or he's not off. Oh, here we go. Looks like he's going to be offsides. He's offsides. Still, it's 4-0 Spain. Goals offsides. Right, here's the, this will bring up Al Spalding. No, this is going to bring up George Ewell. Spalding's pitching. I just fucking did the wrong pitcher again. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this will bring up George Ewell. He's 0 for 1. He popped up to the third baseman first at bat. First pitch is taken right down Broad Street. 0-1. Here's the 0-1. That's lined into center. It's going to hold up there, though, right for the center fielder. He's got it two down. It's going to bring up Pete Donnelly, the shortstop. He flat out to right his first at bat. First pitch to Donnelly. He swung on and missed. That's 0-1. There's the 0-1. Fouled into the backstop. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. That's going to get by the catcher. Pavor goes to second. Hey, I heard you pitched a wild one. It's a wild pitch. Here's the 1-2. Inside, 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Grounded to first. And he'll take it to the bag himself. That will retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 man left on base. We go top 5th here in Brooklyn, 10-2 Cleveland. It'll be the 8-9-1 spots due up. John Glenn is set to lead things off. But first, new inning, new sponsor. Bobby FCG Mass is an awesome Dutch streamer. Last playing Gamble with Your Friends. But he plays the Division II Saints Row Series. We're going to be playing some games with him as well next month. Go check him out if you haven't already. The great Bobby FCG Mass sponsors our fifth inning here today. They have given the ball back to Riney Walters to walk out here in the fifth. He's on 96 pitches through the first 4 innings. First pitch to John Glenn is popped up, fly out into center. Center fielder going over there. He's got it, 1 away. It's going to bring up Francis Abercrombie. He's 0 for 2. First pitch to Abercrombie, and he's lined this into center. That's going to hold up there for the center fielder. The exact same hit. Center fielder's got that one too. There's 2 down. And then we go back to the top of the order, and Dave Egler. He's 0 for 3 so far today. First pitch to Egler. And he's popped it up in the infield. Shortstop's coming in for it. He's got it. And remarkably, it's a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no men left on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and it's still 10-2 for the Cleveland Forest Cities. It'll be the top of the order, 2 up first for New York. Mike McGeary will be the man to lead things off. We're going to take ourselves a 3-minute ad break. We'll be back with more in 3 minutes' time. Labby. Welcome in, Labby. How are you? I hope you're well. I'm all right. I kind of beat my body up the last 2 days, so you know. Today's the day we relax, take it easy. How are you? Working on finalizing the schedule for next week's event. Nice. I'm okay. I'm at work with a monster. Hi, and I got rent paid. Nice. Nice. Yeah, we're relaxing. I've done yard work. Like, I had to cut down part of the tree in the back, and then I had to take the limb I cut off from the trunk and cut it down into pieces so that I can get it into trash. So I did that 2 days ago. We had to weed out the vegetable garden. We have like beds, vegetable beds, where we plant vegetable plants. And it's been overrun with weeds, so I had to pull the weeds out of that one, put topsoil down on it, plant the new vegetable plants, go back out in the front, mulch, put topsoil down on the front, because I did half of the front and I had to do the other half. And then we were washing the underside of the porch on the awning as well. So we did all of that this week, or literally like within the last 2 days. And on top of that, I had a 75-minute workout yesterday, so I'm shot. I'm absolutely shot. So we're relaxing now. We're just streaming, enjoying. Got what's been an interesting game, to say the least, here. It's the bottom fifth. New York trailing by 8. Top of the order, and Mike McGeary will lead things off. He's 0 for 2. First pitch to McGeary. And that's taken high, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's inside, 2-0. Bear with me 1 second. Because I have a Twitch tab that has gone offline. So, give me 1 second. Right, here's the 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. That's 2-1. A 2-1. Foul down the third base side, or the first base side. 2-2 to count now. Here's the pitch. Lined into center field. That should hold up there for the center fielder. He's got it. 1 down. That's going to bring up Steve Bellin. He's 0 for 2. First pitch to Bellin. Catches the inside part of the plate, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. High, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Grounded over to short. Throw one to first is in time. 2 down. That'll bring up Cal McVeigh. He's 1 for 2. First pitch to McVeigh. He's taking that for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 to McVeigh. In there, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Lined into left field. That's fair. That is off the top of the wall. And comfortably into second base is Cal McVeigh with his second knock of the afternoon. It's a 2-out double. It's going to bring up Henry Burroughs. He's 0 for 1. First pitch to Burroughs. Way off the plate. Just a bit outside. Tried to corner and missed it. It's actually a pass ball, and Cal McVeigh will get the third for free. Runner on third with 2 outs. The 1-0 is grounded back up the middle. The throw over to first is in time, and the side is retired. No runs on 1 hit, and they left that man on base. We go top 6 here in Brooklyn. Cleveland still with a 10-2 lead. 2, 3, 4 spots to lead it off for Cleveland. Fred Cone will be the first man up, but first, Lou is a awesome Football Manager streamer. He's got a great solo save with Wexford, and he's got an awesome network save going with Raz DeBeer. Give him a follow if you haven't already. Lou IT Gaming is our sponsor for the 6th inning here today. Sixth inning being led off by Fred Cone, and we have got ourselves a pitching change. Bill Stearns is given the ball to start this inning. First pitch from Stearns is inside, ball 1. Fred Cone is 0 for 1 with 2 walks so far today. First, here's the 1-0. That's in the dirt. Oh no, that's going to be on the inside corner. 1-1. The 1-1 is flied out into right, drifting foul. It will land there. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Lined over the third baseman's head. It's a base hit. And Fred Cone's got a leadoff single. Here's Deacon White. He's 2 for 3 so far today. First pitch to Deacon White. Grounded over to first. And the first baseman will take it to the bag. That's 1 away. Cone gets to second. Here's Al Spalding. He is 1 for 3 so far today. First pitch to Spalding. Fouled down the first base side. 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Grounded over to the short. The throw 1 to first is a bad throw. A very bad throw. Cone only advances one bag. Pete Donnelly with the error. It's the 4th error by Pete Donnelly in this game. And it's the 8th error by New York in this game. That will bring up Chick Fulmer, second and third, 1 out. First pitch to Fulmer. He's taking that for a strike. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. They got Jose Altidore as an analyst on Telemundo. Jose Altidore. I didn't know he knew Spanish. Hang on. I did not know he knew Spanish. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That is lined into left field. Is that gonna, it's going to hold up there for the left fielder. He's got it. And the runner tags. So it's a sac F7 RBI. Scoring on the tag up is Fred Cohn. It's 11-2. That brings up Denny Mack. Mack is 0 for 3 so far today. First pitch to Mack. Inside, ball one. The 1-0. Grounded back up the middle. It's a... the throw's off target. Is that going to go down as an error? Yes, it does. Because it was kind of well placed, that hit, as well. That's a tough play for the second baseman to make, but it goes down as an E4. It's Mike McGarry's second error of the night. It's New York's 9th error of the game. There's runners on the corners with 2 outs for William Johnson. Johnson is 1 for 3. First pitch to Johnson's off the plate, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Lined into left, but foul. Here's the 1-1. Off the plate, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch is lined into left. Fair. It's going to land foul. 2-2. A 2-2 pitch. Fouled off to the backstop. Still 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Grounded over to second. Throw one to first is in time. And the side is retired. 1 run on 1 hit. And they left 2 men on base. We go bottom 6th here in New York. It's 11-2 to Cleveland. That'll be the 5, 6, 7 spots. 2 up. Riney Valters will get things started. We are going to take ourselves a 3-minute timeout. We'll be back with more in 3 minutes' time. Right, welcome back. I say it as I'm about to sneeze anyway. Right, bottom sixth. It's 11-2 Cleveland. Cleveland looking for their third win this season against the Mutuals. And it's Bill Stearns. I haven't written him in the lineup yet. Actually, I wrote him in the pitching stats, but not the lineup. So subbed. He came in this inning. So Walters was subbed in the sixth. Sixth, 4, 5. There we go. So it'll be Bill Stearns in his first major league at bat. First pitch to Stearns, and he's fouled it off. 0-1. The 0-1. Off the plate, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-2. The 1-2. Inside, ball 2. The 2-2. Fouled off. Still 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled off again. Still 2-2. The 2-2. Into right center field. That's going to hang up there for the right fielder. He's got it. That's one away. Going to bring up Art Allison, the center fielder. Allison currently sitting at 1 for 2 today. First pitch to Allison. Popped up in the infield, in foul territory. First baseman's there. He's got it. 2 down. That'll bring up Charlie Pavor. He's 0 for 1. First pitch to Pavor is taken off the plate inside. Did not look like it missed by much, but it is 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. High and away, 2-0. The 2-0. That one's going to catch the inside part of the plate, 2-1. The 2-1. High and in, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Grounded to short. The throw on to first is in time. And the side is retired. They go down in order here in the bottom of the 6th. We move to the top of the 7th, 11-2 Cleveland. It is the 8-9-1 spots due up. John Glenn will get things started. But first, Ziggurat is an awesome streamer. He's got 2 or 3 different network saves going in Football Manager. He's also a great PGA Tour player who designs courses and helps run an awesome society in PGA Tour 2K25. Go check him out if you haven't already. The great Ziggurat will sponsor our 7th inning here tonight. John Glenn settles in. First pitch to him Glenn 1 for 3 today. He's lined this right back up the middle to throw. There's no play. It's an infield single for Glenn. That brings up Francis Abercrombie. First pitch to Abercrombie. Flied in the left. Is that going to stay fair? No. It just goes foul. Abercrombie is 0 for 3 today. Here's the 0-1. That's lined in the left. Is that going to stay fair again? No, it lands foul. Here's the 0-2. High, 1-2. The 1-2. Popped it up. Second baseman's there. He's got it. One down. That'll bring up the top of the order, and Dave Egler, he's 0 for 4. Here's the first pitch to Egler, and he takes that on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. That's 0-2. The 0-2. Inside, 1-2. Here's the 1-2. High, 2-2. The 2-2 is lined into left center field, base hit. Egler's got a single. What's up, Block? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Hope you're well. First and second, one out. Here's the first pitch to Fred Cohn, who is 1 for 2 so far today. And that's right at the knees, 0-1. Doing great, thanks. How about you? I'm doing all right, man. Resting today. My body's a little beat up. Here's the 0-1. That's high, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. That's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Popped up. Flied out into right. Right fielder's there. He's got it. 2 down. Brings up Deacon White, who's 2 for 4 today. First pitch to White, that's high, ball 1. I just got a lot going on, man. I got so much going on. And I'm struggling to stay on top of it all. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed. That's 1-1. The 1-1 fouled into the seats. 1-2. The 1-2. Lined into left. That's going to drop right in front of the left fielder. Base hit. Third hit of the afternoon for Deacon White. Going to second is Egler. Going to third is Glenn. The bases are loaded with 2 outs here in the 7th. That'll bring up Al Spalding. He's 1 for 4. First pitch to Spalding. Off the plate, 1-0. The 1-0. Rounded over to third. It's an error on the third baseman. Can you believe it? Steve Bellin commits his 21st error of the season. They haven't even played they barely played 21 games. Going to second is White. Going to third is Egler. Scoring is Glenn. 12-2 Cleveland. I have exams next week, so just revising all day. Yeah. I hate how it's called revising. It just never makes sense. What are you revising? What revision are you making? Studying is the word we use over here. I feel like that's a little bit more appropriate for what the actual action is. But yeah, no, I know what you mean when you say revising. But revising the topics, I guess, but studying is better, yeah. It makes sense a little bit more, but yeah. But yeah, no, I get you. But I've got so much going on, I haven't been able to, it's been insane. Reviewing's good. Reviewing's really good, yeah. Here's Chick Fulmer. He's 1 for 3. First pitch to Fulmer. That's high, 1-0. I'm getting clapped in FM, dude. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed. That's 1-1. We won what we did. We played 5 games last. No, we played 6 games last night, Block. We won 1 of them. And I have only 4 wins in the last, 12 or 13 games. Here's the 1-1. That is at the knees, 1-2. The 1-2. Flight out in the left. Left fielder's there. He's got it. And the side is retired. They're not going to play it because the Houghton team is not winning. So. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Hold. Before we begin Take Me Out to the Ball Game, we do have Peaceful Matty B. It also is revising in a literal sense, derived from Latin, revision, looking at again. Studying is a better word, though. It's more descriptive of what the action actually is. Also, just for you, Peaceful Matty B, I'm going to blow my eardrums out. And everyone's here. That's just for you. You know what's funny? You want to know what's funny, Peaceful Matty B? Grace Tendo, who's a phenomenal streamer. I highly recommend anybody follow Grace, right? But Grace Tendo has like a redeem where you can have your an audio or a video play whenever you enter a chat, right? Like for the first time, whenever you type your first message in chat, it'll play like a entrance theme. And I redeemed it, and she's like, "What do you want your entrance to be?" And I'm like, "I think I have an idea." So that literally is my entrance to Grace Tendo's stream. So whenever I type for the first time in Grace's stream, you just hear this origin unknown, and it goes the whole. It's so obnoxious, but it's great. It's great. Right. We're gonna step away. As always is the tradition in the 7th inning. We are gonna play Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Enjoy. We're back in 2. Right, we are back. A little bit of a longer break because I'm in the middle of making a proper cuppa. I got the bag in. I got the water. I waited for the water to boil in a kettle, electric kettle. I don't do the one on the stove. No pot, but electric kettle. I don't think that matters. Whether it's an electric kettle or a fucking pot on the stove. But yeah, the old electric kettle. And got the water boiled, got it poured over the bag, got it steeping, and in the middle of the eighth, in the next half inning break, I'll go remove the bag and add a splash of milk. Right. I forgot to say that was one run on 3 hits last inning, and they left the bases loaded. So it's bottom 7th here. Says proper cuppa and then says bag. It's a fucking tea bag, goddammit. It's Yorkshire tea as well. Thank you for the lurk, Thomas. It's as proper a cup as it's gonna be. I am one of these fancy ones that have all the tea leaves and then you drain the tea leaves and all that. I ain't got time for all that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Right. Oh, get it, Betty. Yorkshire tea. Yeah, I bought a whole greatest tea ever. I found a case on Amazon. It's 200 tea bags, and they wanted like $16 for it. And I was like, yes. So. Right, bottom 7th. George Ewell to lead things off here. First baseman is 0 for 1. First pitch to Ewell. Off the plate. 1-0. Yes, Benny, you must drain the tea leaves and then read them to know the future of your FMC. It's anything like last night, I already know. 1-0, swung on and missed. That's 1-1. The 1-1. Grounded over to second. Throw on to first in time. 1 down. I think we're as good as dead this season in terms of the title race. We're 7 points back, which is like not insurmountable, but at the same time, it's like we have not done anything in the last 10 games to show that we're gonna bring it home. Welcome back, Zig. I think we're actually in the inning you're sponsoring today. We are. We are in your current inning. Hey, man, you're on the upswing, believe. Maybe. We'll see. We're going to find out later today. Here's the first pitch to Pete Donnelly. He swung on that one, 0-1. My FM save with my mate on console has been shaky recently. The amount of players scoring bangers for them and keepers pulling Cape Verde. Keeper is incredible. Bro, I had a game yesterday, Block. We played an entire half up a man. We were 2-1 up. We drew 2-2 to their only 2 shots on goal. I had 2.7 XG. They had .6, and we drew 2-2, and they scored with 10 men. Thanks. I think my stream tonight's canceled. Why? Everything, I guess, because Father's Day, right? Here's the 0-1. Flied into right at the right fielder. He's got it 2 down. Should I ask? Why? How's it hanging, Bonaldo? A little to the left. How are you? No, I'm just teasing. We're doing good, Picks. How are you, man? Happy Father's Day to Papa Pix, by the way. The absolute GOAT. Lou got home late and says he might not be there. KJ will be an hour late. David is AWOL. And to yours, Benny. Thanks. We gave him his gift, but I told him I'm going to take him out for like lunch/dinner next weekend. But thank you, I appreciate it. And all this told with an hour to go before stream. Are you going to still stream? Are you going to do like PGA, or you're just not going to go live at all? I'm taking the old man to Norway, Senegal tomorrow. Going to fucking rain. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. We got a pinch hitter. We have a pinch hitter. Mike Brannock will settle in for Mike McGeary. McGeary will finish 0 for 3. Honestly, don't know what I'll do. Fair. It's off the plate, 1-0. Zig, I got a question. And I'm going to ask you this because I don't know what your schedules are like on the weekend, and this is probably going to be very inconvenient for you. But Saturdays and Sundays around 4 p.m. your time, I'm trying to get a group together to play some games like Saints Row or the Halo Master Chief Collection or an FM Network save or an F1 co-op. Would you be interested in being added to that group? Or does 4 p.m. on weekend days not really work for you because of your kid and your network save? And I know it's like not the best time. Yeah, that's a rough time slot for me. All good. All good. So, one review said of my album today, this might be the most insufferable Morrissey album yet. Oh, God. Take a poncho and enjoy it? Yeah. I am taking my father to a pizza place that claims to serve New York-style pizza in the farm country of Iowa. I couldn't be more skeptical, but he wants to try it. Hey, man. Definitely a few beers before would help. I mean, how old is your dad, Pix? Let me ask you that. Because, like, with my dad, he's 76 now. So it's like, would I rather take, he's 50. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Then, yeah, you would want a sunny day. Because, like, I look at it this way. Like, would you rather go to a game and it's going to rain? Or would you rather go to a game and it's going to be fucking 90 degrees and sun? And, like, my dad is 76. So, honestly, I'd rather probably go to a game and it's going to rain and give him a poncho than have him stand in the 90-degree heat, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because he's 76. So, here's the 1-0 to Brannock. That's right down broad. Hold the fuck on. That's a ball. That's literally the whole pitch is in the strike zone. What are you looking at? I'll take some picks for you. I think my dad really wanted to go to the World. My mom actually wanted to go to the World Cup too. And I'm like, it's so expensive. Tickets for the round of 32 match in Houston are going for $2,500. Like, no thank you. And footy in the rain will be like watching in Europe. I'd rather have the sun. Like, I like it when it's March, or not March, when it's May. April or May, and it's like 22, 23 degrees Celsius, and it's sunny, and it's the afternoon, and you're just watching the football. Like, to me, that's a perfect day at the football. Yeah, definitely post pics in the Discord. Yeah, I bought the ticket last year for his 50th birthday. He's taking me to so many Columbia friendlies over there. This is my repayment. Hey, fair enough. Fair enough. Is there a chance Columbia gets a game up there in the knockouts? There's the 2-0. And it's swung on into left field. That is going to land foul. Wish we could have done Portugal, Columbia. Oh, man. April showers bring blackouts with no power. You're not wrong. Up to Norway? No, I don't think unless it's the final. Really? That sucks. Well, it just means Colombia's got to make the final. Right. This is Belgium and the Islamic Republic of Iran. And I have Iran topping this group. So I would like to see them win this game. Because I have a bet going with Scheme. And Belgium, I am so sick of seeing. This team is fucking ass. This team is absolute ass. And I'm sick of them being in the Euros and the World Cups and everything else when nobody wants to play for this team. So... Right. Here's the 2-1. Right down broad, 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Grounded over to first. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. They go down in order here in the bottom of the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th. It's 12-2 Cleveland. Catch you soon. Fortnite with Lou. Sounds good. Enjoy the games. Take care of yourself, Ducky. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 spots due up. Denny Mack will be the first man up. But first, new ending means new sponsor. Aldi is live right now with some football manager. He's a phenomenal football manager streamer. Give him a follow if you haven't already. The great Aldi sponsors our 8th inning here tonight. I need to get 2 tabs tabbed up real quick. So let me do that. I just was on the right. Where's the question? Okay. I was like, I was just on the right tab. Where is it? Okay. Right. Closest you would get is runner-up. Group K in Toronto. Own goal is the current leader for the Golden Boot, and it's not terribly close. Almost like that's bound to happen when you add 14, 16 teams to the World Cup, right? Oh my motherfucking God. I'm going to see if David shows and then start streaming. If he doesn't, I'm going to go stand in the storm with a large metal pole because the large metal German won't work. Ay, ay, ay. Stop. Don't do that. Don't say that. Right. Danny Mack settles in. First pitch to him from Stearns. That's high, ball one. The 1-0. Fouled off into the seats, 1-1. Oh, did you ever read through my slamming of Morrissey? Not yet. Not yet. Here's the 1-1. Off the plate, 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Off the plate, 3-1. The 3-1. That's grounded over to third. The throw on to first. That's in time. One away. I mean, I think Father's Day might have crept up on them all. That's all. It's a possibility. I'm still going to blame Father's Day. That's going to bring up William Johnson. He is 1 for 4. First pitch to Johnson is off the plate, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. And he's, oh, did he get, he's plunked him. He's plunked him. Johnson's given first base. Is the point. So Johnson takes first. That'll bring up John Glenn. He's 2 for 4. First pitch to Glenn. Right down. How is that a ball? Who is this umpire? Here's the 1-0. Check swing. The ball's going to get by the catcher. Johnson goes to second. Their catcher is going to appeal to second base or to first base. He did go around. So will be a strike on the check swing. Here's the 1-1. Ripped into center field. Center fielder going back for it. He's got it. 2 down. Brings up Francis Abercrombie. He's 0 for 4. First pitch to Abercrombie is lined into right center field, base hit. Abercrombie with his first knock of the afternoon. Johnson goes to third. Runners on the corners with 2 outs, and we go back to the top of the order, and Dave Egler, who is 1 for 5 so far today. First pitch to Egler, and he's lined this into left center field, base hit. That's runs. That's going to go all the way to the wall. This could be absolute trouble. There's a long chase. Johnson crosses the plate, and it's a double. Egler stops at second base. Stopping at third is Francis Abercrombie. It's an RBI double for Dave Egler, 13-2 as Johnson scores. That brings up Fred Cohn. 1 for 3 so far today with a pair of walks. He's flied out straight to center field. Center fielder's got it, and the side is retired. 1 run on 2 hits, and they leave 2 men on base. We go bottom 8th here in Brooklyn, New York. Cleveland have jumped out to a 13-2 lead. It is the 2-3 sports 4 spots due up. Steve Bellin is scheduled to be the first man up. We are going to take a 3-minute timeout. We'll be back with more in 3 minutes' time. Okay, I just read your review, Stuart. It's the second lowest album. That's it's pretty good. That was a good review. Right. Steve Bellin is in the batter's box. It's bottom 8th here in New York. Mutual's trailing by 11. Al Spalding with the first pitch. And it's fouled off. It's going to be 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. That's 0-2. By the way, they were the pre-World War II era. Oh, I got you. By a guy whose name is very close to Morrissey. Mosley or whatever his name is. Okay. Mosley probably is what it is. Right, here's 0-2. Rounded over to first. He's going to step on the bag himself. That's one away. It's going to bring up Cal McVeigh, the catcher. He's 2 for 3 today. First pitch to McVeigh. Shot in the left center field, way back there. That's going to take one bounce off the wall. And McVeigh has got his third knock of the afternoon. He slides in the third base safely, and he is now just a home run shy of hitting for the cycle. Here's Henry Burroughs, by the way. He's 0 for 2. First pitch to Burroughs. That's right down broad, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Is that in there? That's no high, 1-1. You know what I don't understand? Can I just take a minute to complain about social media? You know what I don't understand? When it comes to Instagram, although I'm not really on it anymore, like at all. But especially when it comes to YouTube, right? How it's rare, and then and now it could happen in game. Yeah, but I don't think it will. They got to bat around the order here, you know, because he needs another at bat, and that at bat has to be a home run. So, but you are right. We did talk about it yesterday. I'll put it this way, Peaceful. We've yet to have a player hit for the cycle in this season. And we're into August, almost September now. And we still have not had a player hit for the cycle. What a save. Good save. But, you know what I don't get? I do not understand why people feel a need to be rude on YouTube in the comment section. Or like why they need to point things out in the comment section of YouTube. Like, I have expressed before on my VODs, on streams, and everything, right? For example, that I have sinus problems, right? Sometimes it's fun. It's not fun. No. I have a tolerance for that bullshit, and that level of tolerance is 0. Like, so I had a guy comment like, why do you sniff all the time? What's wrong with you? And I'm like, I'm just going to delete that comment. I have another guy that comes in like, who commented, he was like, why do you motion for all the, about all the strikes and the outs and things like that? And I'm like, because I like doing it, I think to myself. But he didn't just ask. He was just like, you're not an umpire. And I'm like, right, now I'm just going to delete that. Like, do you know, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm just going to delete the comment and then block you from ever finding my videos ever again. Like, what do you think the outcome is going to be? Like, when people get rude in this chat, you know what happens to them? They don't last. When people go to YouTube and they make a comment and they're rude, you know what happens to them? It gets removed and they don't last. Oh, no, 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 no. No, not edit. I don't edit anything. That's fair. That's fair, double Y guy? No, but I don't edit anything. I upload VODs to YouTube, and they're literally just the raw VODs. So, um, yeah, like I'm not going to edit anything out of this VOD. It's just going to go straight to YouTube. Which reminds me, I'm going to have 2 baseball games. Why are you being You're not critical. You're not a paid critic. Exactly. Like, what do you think is the outcome? You know? And then some people the ones that always get me into is when they come in Twitch chat, or you get somebody like that in Twitch chat, and they're like, I don't understand. I just want to know. Great. I'm not a teacher. So go figure out the answer somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not my obligation to teach you anything. So, that might sound rude, but that's true. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the truth. So, it always amazes me. It always amazes me. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's fouled off, 1-2. Following that up by immediately saying, here's the 1-2 pitch, kind of crazy, though. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Here's the 1-2. And that's inside. That's going to get by the catcher. Coming in to score is Cal McVeigh, and it's 13-3. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Henry Burroughs. That's popped up. Right behind second base. He's got it. 2 down. When I first found you on there, I was one of those people that was nosy about your nose, Benny. Sorry about that. It's fine. I don't mind if people ask. Or if people, not just ask, but like sometimes they're like, are you sick? And it's like, no. I just have permanent sinus damage. And that's a side effect of permanent sinus damage. Do you know what I mean? Like that just... So that's just something I got to live with. And so as a result, all of my streams and all of my viewers will have to live with too. Right? That's just the nature of the beast. But to point that out in a YouTube comment as a first-time commenter is wild. Okay? Wild. Especially on YouTube, because it's like, YouTube is like you would arguably comment about the content. Do you know what I mean? Like the content that's being produced. So, like, oh, that was a good game. That was a close game. That was a great shot. You know what I mean? Like things like that. That home run was crazy. So, but yeah, it amazes me. Iran almost scored. Good save from Courtois. Yeah, I was like, hope you're over your cold, and you explained. Yeah, I get that an awfully lot. Here's this is Bill Stearns. His only his second ever major league at bat. He flied out his first one. Here's the first pitch. And Stearns has got his first major league hit. He's aboard with a single here in the 8th. Rather than the I don't like the mirror in the bottom right of your corner, I can't change that. You know what the story behind that mirror is, by the way? I don't even know what you can see in that mirror, by the way. I probably should look at it at one point. That would be advised, wouldn't it? What can you see in that mirror? I'm literally going to full screen my thing just to see what you can see. I don't think you can see me in that mirror at all. I think it's just the side of the room. But no, so my mom bought that about 12 years ago, and we were supposed to hang it. But she doesn't like nailing anything into the wall. And she wanted to hang it with 3M strips. And we have artwork out in the foyer that has come crashing down twice because the 3M strips just lose the adhesive over time. And those are not heavy pieces. You know what I mean? They're just like the stretched canvas works. So, yeah, exactly. People are strange. They are. But because we use the 3M strips on the art and it's fallen twice, I'm like, this is literally going to be 10 to 20 times the weight. 3M strips are not going to hold that thing up. That thing needs to be drilled into the wall. Do you know what I mean? Like, you need to put a screw in the wall and then hang it on the screw. Or put something on the screw that can hang the mirror. And my mom doesn't like drilling into the wall. So it's just stayed here. And we haven't installed it. So this room is not clean. I am not a clean individual. I'm clean, but I can be messy. You know, like the ground, I don't have cable management. I don't know if you guys know this or not. I do not have good cable management. I have cables all over the floor. That's my controller right there. The other one's on the desk. The wheel is on the floor. Clean versus tidy? Yeah. I'm not tidy. That's a good point. I'm not a tidy person. You know, my work laptop is resting against the chair. The chair has my old Pisani jersey on it from the hockey season. I need to throw that in the wash anyway. You know, like in the corner next to the mirror are the two boxes the poker sets came in. Like, you want to know what the crazy thing is though? You want to know what the actual crazy thing is about that? The bedroom is actually tidy. Like, well, the desk in the bedroom is not tidy. I will say that. The desk in the bedroom is not the I have a standing desk. And at one point I had it tidy. I had the TV on it. I had the Xbox 360 on it. I had a chess set, like a displayed chess set that was on it. And the chess set's fucking gorgeous, by the way. They're all handcrafted pieces. Like the chess set is all handcrafted, and it folds up into itself. And so you open it up, and all the chess pieces are inside the board. So what I did is I took half the chess pieces out, you know, for the one side, the white chess pieces, and closed it back up, locked it, and then put the white chess pieces on the board as if they were like about to start a game. And I had that on display. But it was like I had that, I had my 360, I had the TV, and I had a bunch of my anime figures on the desk. And that's all my desk was, and my alarm clock. And now, literally, it's my box fan for the summer, and it's a whole bunch of bullshit. It's a whole bunch of, like, not trash, but, like, shit I just need to put elsewhere. And I need to, like, figure out what I need to clean that up, really. I probably will. So maybe it's even time to crack the old 360 out again. Mariners welcome in. Right, Art Allison settling in. He's 1 for 3. First pitch to Allison. Inside, ball 1. There's the 1-0. Fouled, 1-1. There's the 1-1. Grounded over to first. He'll take it to the bag himself, and the side is retired. 1 run on 2 hits. They left 1 man on base. We go to the top of the 9th. It's 13-3 Cleveland. It'll be the 3, 4, 5 spots due up. Deacon White will be the first man scheduled to be due up. How are you, Mariners? But first, new inning, new sponsor. Double Y Guy is an awesome Ukrainian football manager streamer. Give him a follow if you haven't already. He's got a great save going on in Ghana. Go check him out. Double Y Guy will sponsor our 9th inning here today. Bill Stearns back on the mound. Deacon White settles in. White currently 3 for 5 today. First pitch to White. He's grounded that over to first, and the first baseman will just take it to the bag himself. That's one down. Here's this is Al Spalding settling in. Spalding currently 1 for 5 today. First pitch to Spalding. He's grounded that to short, and the shortstop has made an error. That's not uncommon. That is, get this, the 5th error of the game by Pete Donnelly, and the 11th error of the afternoon by New York. Here's Chick Fulmer settling in. Fulmer currently 1 for 4 today. First pitch. High, ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's inside, 2-0. Here's the 2-0. Grounded over to third. The throw 1 to first. That's in time. 2 down. Spalding goes to second. Something tells me the Turkey manager won't be manager for long at the tournament. I agree. Something tells me the Tunisia Football Association is just going to keep firing people until they win a game. Because I watched that game last night. I taped it and I watched it this morning. And they got fucking smoked. Outrageous results, yeah. Right. Here's Denny Mack. He's 0 for 5 so far today. First pitch to Mack. Runner on second with 2 down. That is taken. For a strike on the corner. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Mack, and he's taking that on the outside corner again. 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Check swing. They ask first base. He did not go. Ball 1. Here's the 1-2. High. 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Off the plate. 3-2. Full count. Here's the pitch. Grounded over to first. Pitcher's over there. They make the play. And the side is retired. No runs on, no hits, and they leave one man on base. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It is 13-3 Cleveland. Japan's just better than Betty thought. You're right. You're right. They actually look really impressive. Actually, Japan looked like a force, man. Is that on sides? I think it is. It's been called on sides. Iran lead Belgium 1-0. Belgium losing. I'm happy. I tried to tell him. Oh, I don't know. I think this is off. It is clever, but I don't know if he's on. He might be just leaning off. I think the backside of whoever scored it. I can't see the name. I think he was offsides. Tarami? Did Tarami score it? I think he was on. I think he's just off. The one guy on the bottom side was definitely off, but he didn't interfere with play. VAR is having a look. We're going to take a 3-minute ad break. We'll be back with more in 3 minutes' time. That's Robert. VAR really is a bundle of fun. Yeah, I think he was off. I think the back side of him was off. Like literally, his backside was off. Yeah. He was definitely offsides. Yeah. Lukaku looking slow and chubby, so Lukaku's looking like Lukaku. Right, bottom ninth here. Charlie Pabor settles in. Pabor is 0 for 2. First pitch to Pabor. Lined into left, base hit. Good start for New York. Haven't seen him in a long while, I guess. Well, I watched him at the Euros, and he was slow there. I'm watching at the World Cup. He's slow here. He's also eternally offsides. Right. That's going to bring up George Ewell. He's 0 for 3. First pitch to Ewell. That's high. I want to know. I couldn't even tell you where he plays now, Lukaku. Here's the 1-0. Lined into left center. Another base hit. Back-to-back hits for New York to start the ninth. Probably Italy somewhere. Maybe. Watching Serie A is like watching paint dry, not gonna lie. I think Serie A is fine. I think watching I think watching Ligue 1 and watching La Liga is like watching paint dry. Maybe not La Liga, but definitely Ligue 1. And we don't get many of those games, to be fair. That's fine, yeah. The Premier League is like that a little bit too sometimes, because the Premier League is so defensive-minded. Here's Pete Donnelly. He's 0 for 3. First pitch. That is high, ball 1. He 1-0, swung on a miss. That's 1-1. Well, 1-1. High and away, 2-1. Are you aware of FIFA TV? A little. Here's the 2-1. That is popped up. Third baseman's coming in. He's got it. Infield fly rule is called. Infield fly rule is called. And Donnelly is caught by the third baseman. So first and second, 1 out. What does FIFA TV have? Like, what is the context with which you're bringing it up? Because I've heard of it, but they have the most random games on there, like the Maldives second division and stuff. Ooh. Yeah, haven't paid him any mind since 2017. Turns out he's at Napoli now. Wow. It's all free, just random games from all over the world. Well, most is free. I'll have to check it out. The Maldivian second division expert, Mariners writing everybody. No, I'm just teasing. I think there's a few leagues in the French third division that you have to pay for. Let's bring in our expert about the. Let's bring in our expert about the Burmese fourth tier. Mariners right now. Here's Harry Bertram. So he's a substitute for. Is he really going to be a substitute for Brannock? Why would they pull a pinch hitter for a pinch hitter? Especially since the guy behind him is 0 for 4. That makes no sense. Why would you pull a pinch hitter for a pinch hitter? Right, here's Harry Bertram. He's settling in. First pitch to Bertram. He's popped it right up to the catcher. In the most anticlimactic substitution ever. He's popped it up to the catcher. That brings up Steve Bellin. He's 0 for 4. First pitch to Bellin. He's going to catch the inside part of the plate. 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Popped up. Shortstop's right there. He's got it. And the ball game is over. Cleveland come into town and take their third win off the New York Mutuals this season. They've won all three meetings so far. The final score in this one, the Cleveland Forest Cities 13, the New York Mutuals 3. Time to start our post-game show, brought to you by Razda Beer. He's an awesome FM streamer with a save with Portsmouth men after leading the Portsmouth women to glory in the Champions League and in the WSL. He's also part of the network save with Lou IT Gaming. Give him a follow if you haven't already. Razda Beer sponsors our post-game show. We could call it a bicycle. Let's go over your final statistics, starting with the visiting Cleveland Forest Cities. Dave Egler goes, Dave Egler gets 6 at-bats. He has 2 hits. He scores 2 runs. He has an RBI. One of those hits is a double. Fred Cohn has 4 at-bats. He only gets 1 hit. He scores 2 runs. He was picked off. He had 2 base on balls. Deacon White had 6 at-bats. He had 3 hits, one of which was a double. He scored 1 run. He stole 1 base. Al Spalding had 6 at-bats. He only had 1 hit. It was a double. It brought in 2, so it had 2 RBIs, and he scored 1 run. Chick Fulmer had 5 at-bats. He had 1 hit. He was caught stealing. He had 1 RBI. It was a sacrifice, so he had 1 sacrifice. Denny Mack had 6 at-bats. He did not record a hit. He had 1 run. And he had an RBI ground out. So he had an RBI. And he made 2 fielding errors. William Johnson had 4 at-bats. He had 1 hit. It was a triple. He scored an RBI. And he scored 2 runs. He was hit by the pitch once. And he made a fielding error. John Glenn had 5 at-bats. He had 2 hits. He scored 3 runs. Francis Abercrombie had 5 at-bats. He had 1 hit. He scored 1 run. Final batting statistics for the Cleveland Forest Cities. 6 and 4 is 10, and 6 is 16, and 6 is 22. And 5 is 27, and 6 is 33, and 4 is 37, and 5 is 42, and 5 is 47. They have 45. I'm just going to go with what I got. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I'm going to go with what I got. I'm going to go with what I got. 45. 47. Unless I counted wrong. 6 and 4 and 6. That's 16, and 6 is 22, and 5 is 27, and 6 is 23, and 5 is 33. 4 is 37, and 5 is 42. Yeah, I got 47 at bats. Runs 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Hits 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. I have 12 hits. Doubles 1, 2, 2. Triples 1. Base on balls 2. Strikeouts none. Stolen bases 1. Caught stealing 1. Pickoff 1. Sacrifices 1, RBIs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fielding errors 3. Have you always enjoyed playing the game this way, or did you not start by doing a traditional franchise mode? I always enjoyed playing the game this way. I had 2 saves in Out of the Park 26. One was a 1871 save I played through offline, where I won the 1871 World Series and lost the 1872 World Series. And I'm in 1873 in that one. I did not carry it over to Out of the Park 27. That's fair. Very cool. Yeah. I have another save where I'm literally unemployed and I'm just managing, or I'm unemployed and I'm just simulating the seasons to see who wins. So there's that. But that's in. I think that save is now up to 1881. But I didn't carry that save over either. This is the only save I carried over. I'm not a fan of many of these new rules, but the quicker throw-ins is good. I like the goal kick ones. The goalie has to release it. I like that rule. The quicker throw-ins is good. The substitution rules are brilliant. The one where if the player goes down and it's not booked, it's not a booking. He has to get up within 10 seconds. Otherwise, he has to leave the field for a minute. And if a substitution occurs, they have 10 seconds to leave the field. Otherwise, the substitution cannot come on for 2 minutes, and they play a man down for 2 minutes. I think that's good. We've had that in MLS for 2 seasons. It's worked brilliantly. Brilliantly. The mandated hydration breaks, I'm still unsure of. Obviously, for hot and inclement weather, abso-freaking-lutely. But I don't know about like playing inside a dome and needing the hydration break. I'm not 100% in love with that idea. Right, let's do the batting statistics for New York, for the hometown New York Mutuals. Mike McGeary had 3 at-bats. He did not have a hit. He had 2 fielding errors, sorry. Steve Bellin had 5 at-bats. He did not have a hit. He scored 1 run. He had a fielding error. Cal McVeigh had 4 at-bats. He had 3 hits. He had 1 double. He had 1 triple. He scored 1 run. Henry Burroughs had 3 at-bats. He did not record a hit. He had a sacrifice. Rainy Walters had 2 at-bats. He had 1 hit. It was a triple. He scored a run. He made 2 fielding errors. But, I mean, that's 6 of one, half a dozen of another manner because the people have to run out to the field to get the water to them, right? So it's like 6 of what? How much time are they being? Do you know what I mean? But you mean so the coach doesn't get the right? Like you mean so the manager can't make tactical adjustments or like a talk? Yeah. That makes sense. Art Allison had 4 at bats. He had 1 hit. It was an RBI. Charlie Pabor had 3 at bats. He had 1 hit. He also had a sacrifice. George Ewell had 4 at bats. He had 1 hit. He made a fielding error. Pete Donnelly had 4 at bats. He did not have a hit. He made 5 fielding errors. Bill Stearns had 2 at bats. He had 1 hit. Mike Brannock had 1 at bat. He did not get a hit. Harry Berthrong had 1 at bat. He did not have a hit. Yeah, so it's not like a tactical timeout. Yeah, the water stuff could relay messages, but not to the level of detail. Yeah, I agree. That seems smart. How you doing, Doom? Oh my God! Don't call me that, Doom. God damn it! What's happening, though, man? How are you? All right. Total statistics for the New York Mutuals: 3 and 5 is 8, and 4 is 12, and 3 is 15. 2 is 17. 4 is 21. 3 is 24. 4 is 28. 4 is 32. 4 is 34. 1 is 35. 1 is 36. Annoyed with the Scotland manager, but okay. Why? What'd he do? Runs 3. Hits 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Doubles 1, triples 2, base on balls none, strikeouts none, stolen bases none, sacrifices 2, RBIs 1, fielding errors 11. Tarami's a real handful, very entertaining to watch. I agree. It was too defensive from the off, and that's never been our strength. You can't play offensive against Morocco. They are going to cut you up. And to be fair, you guys didn't play poorly. You just conceded 3 minutes in and couldn't find one yourself. So I don't think you should be that beat up over the tactics, because I think it was I think Scotland was set up well against Morocco. I just think you got unlucky. If we sit in and invite pressure on, it gets so sketchy every time. Then when you're down 1 in the first 71 seconds, maybe bring Doak on before halftime. I don't think you make any subs at before halftime. It's not very right, not the right decision to make. Doesn't send a great message to the players either. We didn't play defensively against Morocco either. Fair. Honestly, maybe we should have gotten at least one penalty. I didn't think you should have gotten a penalty, but I feel like you guys were at least deserving of a goal. Either way, the worst thing we have is Hanley in defense. Yeah. You lost to the number 8 team in the world by 1 goal. There's no shame in that. You know what I mean? There's no shame in that at all. So, yeah, I know. I mean, if you win your next game, who's your last game against? Who's your last game against? You just wish you'd gone for it a bit more? That's fair. Brazil. I feel like they're more vulnerable than Morocco. 100%. Let's do the pitching stats, by the way. Al Spalding gets credited with the win. He will improve to 13-7. He pitches all 9 innings. He throws 113 pitches. No base on balls, no strikeouts. He gives up just 8 hits, 3 runs, and only 2 of them were earned against him. I would agree, given Haiti gave them trouble. Haiti are not pushovers, bro. I said this the whole tournament. They played teams tough. I understand that first half was terrible, but they were a lot better in that second half. A lot better. The donkey was Eddie Murphy. Shrek was the Scottish one. That's good. That's good. I mean, they won 3-0, but at times Haiti were getting in behind. Yeah. Right. Viney Walters will be credited with the loss. He goes to 11-10 in the season. He goes 5 innings pitched, 99 pitches. He gives up 2 base on balls, no strikeouts. Responsible for 6 hits, 10 runs. Of them, not a single one was earned. Not a single run of the 10 runs scored when he was on the mound was credited against him. Stearns pitches 4 innings. His pitch count is 65. He does not walk. He does not strike out. He gives up, I can't type right, 495 or 65. No walks, no strikeouts. He gives up 6 hits himself. Only 1 run of New York's 13 was earned. Only 1 run is credited against the pitcher. 1 run. How about that? That's wild. Right. That game is done. It's in the books. Official match attendance 940. Official match time 2 hour 27 minutes. Player of the game was Al Spalding. Let's immediately save the game. But if you look up Donkey in the dictionary, Hanley's picture's there. God damn it. This Belgium team really isn't what it used to be. Damn, it's not. I'm so sick of them being in major tournaments. I am so sick of them being in, like, give it to a team that wants to play. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just want their spot. I just want their spot to go to a country that wants to fucking be there. Slovakia, Slovenia, Georgia. Like, somebody that wants to be there, please. And not these guys that are just phoning in every performance. It's been every single national team performance from these guys for the last 6 years has been a complete phone in, and I'm just sick of seeing them. I'm just sick of seeing them. I've wanted Sutar from the start. Yeah, it's quite downfall. Probably a golden generation around the corner. I don't think so for Belgium. They traditionally don't have a golden generation. They just got one, and they absolutely squandered the fuck out of it. Strange just tried this. There was no entry under Donkey, just a tiny mirror. Damn. Hazard and Musa, Dembele to Trossard and Raskin, bit like trading in your Ferrari for a unicycle. Man, I don't have a debate. I don't have a debate. Very good. Very good, too. Very good. Right, we're going to advance today. Our next matchup will be. I know that's very harsh for me to say. Like, I'm being very harsh on this Belgium side, but this Belgium side, it was so fucking talented. It should have won something. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. And people say, "Oh, no, you don't know. You know, there's other teams in Europe that are good." Blah 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 blah. Yeah, I mean, if Italy can win the Euros and they can't even make it to the fucking World Cup, how is this Belgium time? How has this Belgian team not won anything? And it's like the egos on this team have pissed it away. It's the same reason why I don't understand Ronaldo apologists nowadays, and why people say, "Oh, Ronaldo's the GOAT." It's not Messi. Brother, Ronaldo hasn't been a decent football player in 4 to 5 years. Like, I'm sorry. The dude can't score for love or money on the international stage. Like, and then they'll send me a goal like, look at this goal he scored on the qualifiers against like Malta. Like, spare me. Spare me. Please. Do you know what I mean? Like, live in reality for a minute. Um it felt like a definite Euro winning team. It did. Shakira has been to more recent World Cups than Italy. I know. I agree with the Ronaldo statement. At most, he's a bit part in a team. He's not even a bit. He's not even a part of it. He has no business playing football. It's gone. Leave the football before the football leaves you. The football's left him. Uh, the simple answer is hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. That's 100% right. But I think it's even beyond that, Heindo. I think it's a personality. It's always been a personality thing in the Belgian side. Welcome in, by the way. It has always been a personality issue in the Belgium side. QQ, dog. QQ, you're the fucking goat. Guys, I'm going to jump the order here. I'm going to jump the shout-out order here to give QQ a shout-out. Awesome streamer. Phenomenal fucking artist, by the way. Phenomenal artist. Go check him out. And he's fucking hilarious, too, actually. Go check him out. QQ's brilliant. I fucking love QQ. Well, thank you for the sub, man. Never expected, always appreciated. Thank you so much, man. That is so kind of you. Portugal's at least 50% better when Ronaldo is off the pitch. I know. Modric, I would say, is a complete contrast in Ronaldo for what he does to. I 100% agree. If your striker needs Zimmer frame to get into the penalty box, he probably shouldn't be starting. Man, I feel like secretly Cristiano Ronaldo is the Shang Tsung of football. Somewhere he's just stealing the souls and lives of future footballers so he can start in the Portugal side. Look at this goal he scored versus a one-legged. I know. Ronaldo is too convinced he's still 1 in a million that he forgets he needs to be 1 in 11. That's a great bang, bang, bang. What a statement. Bang. Huh, me? Take my money. Ah, QQ, stop. Hope you're having a wonderful day and everything about the handle business. You're a phenomenal individual. Have to show up. And so I appreciate you so much, QQ. Enjoy the rest of your fucking Sunday, man. Thank you so much. I honestly think I stole it from Ted Lasso. Honestly, hey, fair enough. I honestly think Ronaldo might have undiagnosed. You ever? Hold on. I gotta sneeze. That just working out wasn't the only thing you can do. Wow. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to ever claim that stuff. Doom. I don't know. You know what I mean? That's out there. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not qualified to say yes or no. So I'm just gonna leave it. Um. So he's super obsessed with fitness and thinks everyone else is too. It's the exact same chat as why Spain were so shit for years, why England won't win fuck all. A team of average players playing for each other and the badge beats a team of 11 superstars playing for the name on the back. Hindo, that's exactly why I picked Scotland to go far in my bracket, because they at least are willing to play for each other. You know, 100%. I don't know if you're a dad. I'm not a dad. No, no kids, never married. No kids, never married, QQ. But happy Father's Day to you as well. Uh, I have undiagnosed hay fever. I appreciate it though. Sorry, Betty. No, it's fine. It's fine. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Look at what Curacao does. Look at Curacao. Literally, look at what Curacao did last night. That's the kind of performance that a team that plays for each other will do. You look at Curacao. You know me, I get overexcited. I do the same thing. You look at Curacao and you look at those players take the pitch and you realize these are like plumbers and electricians and warehouse workers and construction people. These are people with full-time jobs. You know what I mean? These aren't people with super huge physical, physique and talented thing. But you know what? They can play. They know how to play in a system for each other, and they believe in it. And they can get a World Cup point. You know, they might not get out of the group, fine, but they're going to get a World Cup point, and I don't think Belgium is going to get another World Cup point. So, I mean, being in your 50s, you're old enough to be most of it. I'm not in my 50s, Hindo. Fuck off. He's my older brother. Look at what Democratic Republic of the Congo did. What Cape Verde did. Yeah, what the U.S. is finally doing. Exactly. They have creams for that, and the U.S. has suffered from that problem. This very team, pre-Pochettino era, and look at how good they were versus how good they look under Pochettino. Um, they have creams for that. I nearly asked who Dr. Congo was. It's like that. I thought there was a team called it's Democratic Republic of the Congo. Yes. I used to joke like that. I don't know if you guys know, but in like Melee, remember Smash Brothers Melee, right? When you would select the player and it would be like Mario, Luigi, but like the first player on the top left was always Dr. Mario, and he used to say doctor so emphatically. He used to be like doctor, because it would be like Dr. Mario. So I used to press A, B really quickly, and it'd be like Dr. Mario. And that every time somebody says Dr. Congo, that just replays in my head. Dr. Congo. Like, that just plays in my head, I swear. Right. Let's take a look at the scores. Or the standings, I should say. What has this done to the standings? I have so many nicknames for various character skins from Melee. I do too. I used to go around when I was younger because I was an obnoxious little shit. And I used to play Roy in Melee, and I was always the golden skin. So whenever I was like, what I would do is I would play as normal Roy in the upper bracket. And whenever I went down to the lower bracket, I would tease and I would tell people, doesn't matter, it's time to get serious. And I would put the Golden Roy skin on and I'd be like, it's the Golden Roy. And that's how I would introduce myself in the matches. I was an obnoxious fucking shit. Um, I don't know if Heindo had this experience in school, but music departments got given keyboards and there was a DJ button. You pressed it and then yelled, DJ! There was a dictionary button, but of course, dictionary. That's funny. Dembele is down with a heel spur. Someone get Dr. Congo. Uh, every time in music class, I could actually play instruments. Oh, look at excuse us, Heindo. Excuse us. We're in. Look at this. Look at this royalty. Look at it, fucking Ronaldo ass type message in the fucking chat. What the fuck is wrong? I was like, no. I love you, Heindo. I fucking hate it here. He says. It was a weird response. uh, I almost choked on my fucking tea. Uh, right. Here's what it's done to the standings. Green Falco was the Fonz. Oh my god. The win for the win for Cleveland pulls them level with Boston. They are now joint leaders in the American League. They are 8-2 in their last 10. Cleveland have won 4 straight. Boston have lost 4 of their last 5. So it's getting very interesting in the American League now for this for the pennant race here. Philadelphia is still 3.5 back at 11-11. Washington is still 6 back at 9-14. Over in the National League, the Rockford Forest Cities are still top. Go ahead and fire your question, Heindo. Chicago White Stockings are 2 games back at 11-9. The Fort Wayne Kekiungas are 2 games back at 15-13. The New York Mutuals, the loss is going to slip back the Mutuals to 4.5 back. They have 7 games left in this season, so the most they can get is 18 wins, which means Rockford, 2 more wins for Rockford or 3 more wins for Fort Wayne or 3 more losses for New York, or any combination of those results will eliminate New York. So New York are 3 games away, potentially, from elimination after that loss. It's not been a good week for New York. They dropped both games to Cleveland in the interleague play. They have 7 left. The next game is also going to be the New York Mutuals, but this time the other American League leaders are coming into town, the Boston Red Stockings, who have lost 4 of their last 5, come to town. The 13-6 Red Stockings at the 6-8 New York Mutuals. Big game. A loss for New York will slip them back 5 games of the National League pennant race. It'll also put them 2 games away from elimination. The Boston Red Stockings will actually, if New York, I beg your pardon, if New York loses, they will be 1 game away from elimination. So if New York does not win this game, they will be a single game away from elimination. They're not 3 games away from elimination. They're 2 games away from elimination. And if they lose this one, they'll move to a single game from elimination. Boston, on the meanwhile, a win here would pull them back to in sole possession of the American League lead at 14-6. They'll be a half game ahead of the Cleveland Forest Cities, who would be 14-7. So that's big there. A loss for Boston would catapult Cleveland to the top of the American League by a half game, as Boston would go to 13-7 and Cleveland would remain at 14-7. So that's where it all lines up. Want to work out? No. Right question. Change work to make, and you've got a night plan. Good luck. In the UK, it is beyond cardinal sin to change your football team. However, you Americans, can we change teams? Why? If you did that in some cities, you would you have to have a good reason for it. I would say that. Americans do all the time, yes. I don't agree with it. I don't like it, but they do it, yes. Of course, there was a Bumblebee news. What? It took me so long to parse, and then I giggled. I don't understand the Bumblebee news one. It's kind of better that way. Party Pikachu, Pikachu, Forest Roy. I see. Oh, Bumblebee Nest, the skin. Yeah. The skin. Gotcha. Right. For those of you on YouTube, this is the end of the recording. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you for the next one. Until then, take care.